Former She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany is doubling down on her criticisms on the critics, while she doesn't really have many known openings for a job to star in a movie or show. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Welcome back to Views with Views. This is Anything News. This is Jerome Hughes. In the story of the hour, like I said, Tatiana Maslany, who y'all know as the MCU of the She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law, is doubling down on the criticism of the critics, okay? So yeah, she apparently, this may be a review, or she might be in the spotlight once again and all of that. And I'm going to touch up on the history of what she's been saying as well as doing. Now, Tatiana Maslany, the actress who plays She-Hulk, didn't hold back in her recent interview with The Independent when she called out the criticism of the Marvel Studios show on Disney Plus, which is She-Hulk, as being driven by sexism. So yes, she's calling all of those who dislike the show and She-Hulk, and also criticized the comments that she made about men and everything, how she felt about going against them and stuff. She's calling them sexist. All right. And when the interviewer asked Tatiana Maslany about dealing with the expected, as he said, sexist reactions, Tatiana Maslany pointed out something interesting. And Tatiana Maslany actually mentioned that the She-Hulk show's creator, Jessica Gao, had anticipated this kind of negative feedback and even wove it into the storyline. I mean, vis-a-vis with the near the almost final episodes, you see two men with masks on, and that's depicting Doomcock, who is also known as Overlord DVD on YouTube. Now, she also made it a part of the She-Hulk show itself. And according to Tatiana Maslany, there's a twist of irony in that, okay, which she finds to be engaging. All right. Now, Tatiana Maslany explained that it was really interesting because the reactions we were getting from the audience were exactly what the writer, Jessica Gao, had anticipated and included it in the script. Felt like a cool part of the whole experience. I'll get right into more of that later about how that went. But continuing on, it's not the first time that Tatiana Maslany has touched on this topic. Now, after the She-Hulk series ended, Jordan Maria from Variety actually asked Tatiana Maslany, the final episode not only breaks the fourth wall, but also, well, actually all the fourth episodes kind of sort of led into the fourth wall, but it also addresses the same kind of negative comments that fans of Marvel have been posting online. What was it like to see those reactions unfold in real time, especially knowing that what was planned for the finale? And Tatiana Maslany replied, watching everything unfold was fascinating, knowing that it was coming from the finale while seeing the audience's real-time reactions that matched our expectations. It was like watching a plan come together perfectly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. But Tatiana Maslany said that Jessica Gao is brilliant and really gets the cultural climate and her own role in it, especially when she writes about the female superhero. So cultural climate, by the way, whose cultural climate? I mean, it wasn't the fans and stuff, because fans simply just wanted to be entertained. All right. The fans only want to be entertained. They didn't want to be preached to. They didn't want to go after any kind of message. And also don't want to hear men are bad everywhere. All men are bad. But the fact of the matter is they continue with this message. And that's when they lost their core audiences, which are, surprise, surprise, majority men. Yeah, you got a few select females out there. But guess what? Those who were the true fans and stuff of She-Hulk, who were the females and all of that, they didn't stick around either. Okay, they criticized it as much as possible. Also called, this She-Hulk a Mary Sue. Okay, and not only did you lose your core audiences, but you try to go ahead and win newer audiences and stuff, only to find out that the series turned into a flop. I'll get into those details later as well. But the fact of the matter is that Tatiana Maslany knew that people would have strong reactions to the point where they hate it or won't give the show She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law a watch. And the cast of She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law had a great time sharing all these negative comments they were getting. Stuff like, just wait a week, then you'll see the same ideas from these trolls show up in the She-Hulk show, and they'll look at like the bad guys. And Tatiana Maslany was pretty exciting to see that happen. Now, when the thing is, this led to the ratings dropping in the series itself. And when asked if she expected to deal with online trolls when she joined the She-Hulk show, Tatiana Maslany said that after reading the script, she knew it was spot on about the challenges women face by being a part of the superhero world. And Tatiana Maslany figured that she'd face some backlash and thought it was important to be prepared for it. But the thing to remember by that is that in the comics, She-Hulk didn't really enjoy with that the kind of modern day feminist kind of stuff that's happening in the show. In the comics, I mean, yeah, she did a few things that were a bit questionable, but at the same time, there wasn't any particular ideology in it. All right. She wasn't out there as the best thing ever. She actually went through struggles. And I'm not talking about the modern day women's struggles. I'm talking about the struggles that women back then were going through and everything. Having to juggle with having a job and all of that as an attorney, as well as trying to maintain your abilities as a superhero. Trying to juggle all those things at once. Whereas on the show, I couldn't really tell by that. But the fact of the matter is, Tatiana Maslany went on to say that certain people feel like they own the whole superhero space. So by existing as She-Hulk, it's like Tatiana Maslany believes she's standing up to them, and she really likes that aspect. Okay. And then Tatiana Maslany, she was slamming the critics of the She-Hulk show, and that didn't really do it any favors. Okay. So Tatiana Maslany came clean in January, saying that the second season of She-Hulk is unlikely since they blew up too much cash on the first season, or should I say the only season. And Tatiana Maslany dropped the news while on a Twitch show called Codenames Live, which is streamed on the Nerd Incorrect channel. And when asked that what she's up to these days, Tatiana Maslany joked around and said, "I've got no job." And then one of the other guests, Kristen Brun, chimed in with a laugh, telling her, "Get a job." To which, when asked if she might see a second season of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Tatiana Maslany wasn't too hopeful. Okay. Tatiana Maslany basically said that they went all out on a budget and Disney wasn't even keen on throwing more money their way for another round. Now, back in October, when asked if we might see a second season of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Tatiana Maslany wasn't too hopeful. And Tatiana Maslany basically said that they went all out on the budget and Disney wasn't even keen on throwing more money their way for another round. Now, back in October, she also hinted to Extra TV that a second season of She-Hulk looked unlikely. And Tatiana Maslany mentioned that Kevin Feige seemed to, shut down the idea, probably because the character Jen was digging too deep and asking too many questions. And Tatiana Maslany joked that if she had any insider info or secrets to tease, she'd share them, but she was as much in the dark as everyone else. All right. And there were rumors last November as well. This came from the X account known as Thwipped, which claimed that despite initial plans for a second season, the show's bad reception, like Secret Invasion, pretty much killed those plans. All right. But when She-Hulk first dropped on Disney Plus back in August, She-Hulk didn't even make it into Nielsen's top 10 for that week. Okay, even a show called Instant Dream Home with only 395 million minutes viewed beat it. And that's a shame, because I also reported on that before too. And then the season finale in October of that year did a bit better, pulling in about 526 million minutes according to a report on X. All right, but it's not clear that it was just, the finale of She-Hulk or if people were catching up on the whole season at once. But overall, She-Hulk didn't, She-Hulk didn't just struggle with viewership, but people really hated it. Okay, they didn't like it much either. And it got a rough 32% on Rotten Tomatoes and a pretty dismal 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb. With the third dose of ratings being the lowest possible score. So all this talk from Tatiana Maslany and everything, talking bad about the fans and all of that, talking bad about those who actually watched it and didn't like it, as well as those who didn't really take interest in it, that came back to bite her in the butt. It's like somebody from Marvel Studios should have told Tatiana Maslany that you should not criticize the fans. But then again, It probably might have been somebody from the company that put Tatiana Maslany to not criticize the Marvel fans, okay? Even if you call them toxic, they're going to go ahead and in droves leave out of there because that shows them how much you care about them. All right. So instead of trying to fix the product, Disney and Marvel Studios decided to go ahead and just double down. And instead of admitting that, you know, she was wrong for criticizing the fans and all that, and the viewers and all that, Tatiana Maslany decided to go ahead and double down on the insults. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, let me know where, you know, what I might have missed out on in the video. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, and share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, and you enjoyed all the content I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you're notified of future uploads and updates. So then, peace.